Good morning, everybody. I am back at the property. So it's been a few weeks, but finally got back up here. Oh boy, bugs are a little bad this morning, but hey, no big deal. So I have brought up a couple of things. Now, I did come up here about 4 weeks ago, and I dropped off my trailer with some wood on it. I was planning on starting the cabin build, but some stuff came up, and so one of the issues was I have a neighbor down the road here who seems to think that I didn't have easements to go through his property. Well, I got that all taken care of, and that's all set. So I do have easements, of course, and I knew I did, but I didn't have the paperwork in my hand at the time while I was talking to him, so I didn't want to make a big deal of it, and trying to get along with all the neighbors rather than make enemies. But he just seems bent on not being very friendly. But what are you going to do? That's just part of dealing with people sometimes. I'm used to it, being from Milwaukee. I did buy a piece of property up here so I could get away from that, but it just seems like sometimes you just can't escape it. But oh well. Anyhow, everything's good, and so I'm back, and I'm getting ready to put some stone in around on that fireplace. I finally brought the pea gravel, but I got here this morning and the tree stand over there was kind of out of sorts. It was kind of crooked on the tree. And then I looked at the fire pit and there was a rock that was moved, a big rock. And inside the middle of the fire pit, it appears that there is a bear track right in the middle of that fire pit. I don't think it's a footprint because, it would be smashed down. So I'm going to switch this over and show you. It's hard to tell, but I do believe it would probably be a bear print. So here it is. It's right there and there. So this little section right here is raised up, and then this is a depression and this is a depression. So I'm kind of thinking that it's a bear track. It might be a back leg. And then this rock here was completely overturned and laying on its side over here, so it was completely out of place from where I put it. And then over here, the tree stand was all crooked, and everything's kind of loose again. I tightened everything up when I came, but it was all crooked. And if you notice, when I was here last time, I set those legs on that 2x4 so it wouldn't sink into the ground. And now it's all crooked, so I'm going to have to reset this stand. I think maybe a bear was climbing up it or something. That's pretty much what I think is going on. Now, I didn't get him on trail camera or anything, but he must have come in from maybe that direction or so and then left in that direction. I don't have any cameras over here right now, so I'm going to have to probably throw a camera or two over in this area just to see what's coming through the camp. But leaves are starting to change. As you can see, I've got maples that are starting to change. They're getting that nice red color and that yellow and some oranges. It's pretty. It's end of September almost. So it's about that time of the year. Well, that's better. So that should help keep down the burning the burning wood chips. So next fire that I have, it'll be all stone around it. Looks pretty good. That looks much better. Just cut the grass again. Decided not to bore you with the actual grass cutting, but there it is, nice and clean once again. Heading off to a football game now in Gwen, just north of here. So I'm gonna hang out with my buddy Jeff, check out a football game. His son Hunter's playing, and then we're gonna head over to Jeff's cabin, probably hang out there. I'm gonna help him out a little bit over at his property with some stuff, and then we're going fishing tomorrow, and then I'll be back at the property tomorrow afternoon. Well, before I head out, I'm going to go check the trail cam. I was just walking in the woods and put up 2 grouse. So that's a good sign. Yeah, I'll be doing some grouse hunting here eventually. Maybe not this year, but definitely next year. Well, we have some very nice colors on the road heading out of the property. It's really starting to change up here. Look at all the reds and beautiful maples. I've got a lot of maples on my property, and they are all turning the same color. Beautiful yellows and beautiful reds and oranges. It's going to be a beautiful fall up here, that's for sure. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I'm out taking a walk this morning in the woods. I'm at my buddy Jeff's property up in the UP. I'm not at my property right now. I stayed the night at his cabin, but about 9 o'clock last night, he sends me a picture from one of his trail cams. And there's a really large bull moose walking through the trail right on the property. So that's the closest I've ever been to a wild moose. It's pretty cool. So I just came out on the trails this morning to find the tracks, and I did find some tracks, and they actually started right from the cabin and walked all the way down the trail into the woods. So I followed that trail for about, I don't know, third, maybe a quarter mile, something like that. And then he went off into the woods off the trail. Trail's all sand, so it's really easy to spot the tracks. But he just went into the woods after that. But pretty cool. Yeah, that's the UP for you. Always something cool around the next corner. I am taking one of the back roads from Jeff's property to my property. This is a gorgeous little dirt road that I found a couple weeks ago that I took to his property. Up farther ahead, there's like a little swampy pond. I saw some people fishing there last time I came through, so I think I'm going to stop there and throw a few casts and see what happens. One of the reasons why I came up north this weekend was to go fishing with Jeff in Bay Denak, but unfortunately the winds yesterday and today were just too strong, and the wave action on Bay Denak was too high for us to go out. So I'm gonna give it a shot when I get over to this little pond area. All right, we're coming up to the little area where I'm gonna try some fishing. It's like a little swampy area, but I would guess there might be some bass in here. You know, look at all these stumps and stuff sticking up in here. All over in here. Seems like a nice little spot. I'm gonna find a place to park, and then we're gonna give it a shot. Oh, right here. This is it right here. Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. Both sides. Well, I really don't think I have the right bait for today. I thought I had a hula popper inside the truck, but turns out I don't have one. I tried throwing this a couple of times, but not much going on. So it is really pretty though. Check that out. I'll have to come back over here some other time with some proper baits and see if I can't get something out of here. There's got to be some bluegill or some bass in here or something like that. Pretty, very pretty. Just another beautiful thing about the UP. All right, one more thing done. I just emptied the trailer, got all the wood off, put it underneath that tarp, stacked it all on pallets so it doesn't warp until I can get to the build, which may not be for a while now, but hey, sometimes you have to just roll with the punches and get things figured out. So there it is anyhow. Got a couple more things to do before I leave today. All right, finally I'm seeing some turkey on the property. There's a bunch right there. Look at them. I see a couple of, oh yeah, there's a Jake right there. Some smaller ones. But at least I know where they're hanging out now. I do have turkeys on this property, and that's a great thing. So now I know where I can hunt them. Well, I'm heading out, heading back home. So that concludes another visit to the UP, to my property. And I got a little bit done today, a little bit done this weekend. Was supposed to do some fishing with Jeff, but that didn't happen. Winds were just too high in Bay de Noc, and just couldn't get out there. He's got an 18-foot boat, but that's no match to a 5 or 6 foot wave, and those waves get pretty big out there in Green Bay. So maybe next time for fishing, but always good to be in the UP. So I'll see you guys on the next video, and I should be back up here in a couple weeks.